Yama, I'm Jack, and this is Newsbreak. The Bureau of Meteorology has decided to hold off declaring El Niño in Australia, even though lots of places around the world say it's happening. Here's Justina to explain.
The US has declared it, the UN has declared it, and Australia still won't declare it.
Yep, I'm talking about El Niño. It's the warm phase of a weather cycle called the El Niño Southern Oscillation, aka ENSO. And it happens when the ocean temperature in the central and eastern Pacific Ocean becomes unusually warm. For us Aussies, it means there's less moist air around, leading to hot temperatures and dry conditions. But it also means there's an increased risk of things like bushfires and droughts. You see, for the past few years, we've been in the other extreme of ENSO, La Niña, which brought a lot of wet weather. But our Bureau of Meteorology has been watching the situation closely in recent months to see if that's changing. Today, lots of people were expecting an announcement that it was finally ready to declare that El Niño was here. But its criteria is a lot stricter than other agencies around the world. And it says while things definitely look like they're heading in that direction in the next few weeks, it's still not quite ready to make the call.
And that is largely due to the fact that the atmosphere hasn't quite coupled or reinforced the pattern that we see in the ocean that's typical of an El Niño event.
So for now, we'll remain on El Niño alert until we hear otherwise.
The Great Barrier Reef won't be added to the list of World Heritage Sites that are in danger this year. Scientists from UNESCO, the UN's educational, scientific and cultural organisation, have been taking a close look at the reef. They say while it's still under serious threat from things like global warming and water pollution, the government has taken some positive steps to protect it. So they'll check back in again in February next year to make sure things are still on track. Now to sport with all the action from last night's Women's World Cup win. Here's Josh.
Way to go, Australia. That's right, our very own Matildas absolutely destroyed last night in a 4-0 victory against Olympic champs Canada. Hayley Raso scored the opening 2 goals, while Mary Fowler and Steph Catley sealed the deal.
She puts the cherry on the cake.
And we did it all without star player Sam Kerr, who was on the bench resting her injured calf.
We were expecting and hoping for a win, but that was well beyond the expectations.
So that means we'll now progress to the round of 16, where England, Denmark or China are all possible opponents first up. Now to the Ashes, where the series has ended in a 2-2 draw after England won the final test last night. Despite the outcome, Australia will still retain the urn because we won last year. And even though hopes were high for an outright win, for some, well, they'll just take what they can get. And finally, over to the Netball World Cup in South Africa, where the Australian Diamonds have continued their winning streak, beating Scotland 76-37. It's the 4th win for Australia in the tournament so far, after beating Fiji, Tonga and Zimbabwe.
Where are my glasses? Oh, that's right. I don't wear glasses. Mystery solved. Just like these next stories. Remember this strange object that washed up on a Western Australian beach last month? Well, we now know what it is. Space junk from a recent rocket launch in India. A spokesperson from India's space agency says it's from one of its polar satellite launch vehicles, and it's now up to us to decide what to do with it. People in San Francisco woke up this morning to find that this X sign on top of the rebranded Twitter building had disappeared just days after it was installed. Quite the mystery, right? Well, not really. It's actually under investigation by the city of San Francisco after they received 24 complaints about the unpermitted structure, including concerns about its safety and how bright it was. Better luck next time, Elon. And now to the biggest mystery of all. Sun bears at Hangzhou Zoo in China might be, what? Humans dressed in bear costumes? Well, that's what a viral video of a bear standing on its hind legs sent the internet into a tizzy over. But the zoo's now come out saying that this kind of behaviour is normal, and their bears are in fact bears. Glad we cleared that up. Well, those mysteries might be solved, but I still don't know who stole the cookies from the cookie jar. Oh well, we'll see you tomorrow with more news. Bye!